In this lecture of object-oriented programming with C++, today we are going to discuss about a very important topic, that is constructor. In C++ concept, it's provide a special function called constructor. So constructor is a special member function and which enables an object to initialize itself when it is created. So when we create object inside our main function, when we declare object inside the main function, at that time constructors are automatically initialize itself, and this process of initialization is known as automatic initialization of the object. So this is an advantage. Constructor will be automatically initialized whenever you are going to create the object. So in this particular example, you can see we have listed one constructor. Second important point is that constructor name is same as the class name. Okay, so whatever the class name you have taken, that name should be same as the constructor name. It constructs the value of the data member of a class. So as per the name suggests constructor, it construct or it builds, it initialize the value of the data member of a particular class. So this is the syntax for the constructor. Class name, any name you can take here. Class is composed of parenthesis and curly braces. Inside that we may take some private data member, we may take some public data member. So here in public section, basically constructor is declared here. We know that the class name and the constructor name are same, and constructor is a member function. So constructor name, and it is followed by parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis or inside the bracket we need to pass argument if required, and this constructor or this function followed by a pair of curly bracket which will which will create or which will initialize the value or which contains the constructor body. So the main point, important point here is that constructor name is same as the class name, and the values are initialized at the time when we declare the object inside the main function. So for this particular class declaration, when we will write main function for this class main, we will write class name and object. So during this object initialization, during the creation of this object, this particular constructor will be called automatically and the constructor body will be execute. So we'll discuss some of the important features of constructor. So among those important features, some are listed here below. So it should be declared in public section. We know that constructor will be called automatically, hence it should be declared in the public section. At the time of object creation, it is called automatically and it is known as automatic initialization of the object. In the previous syntax example also we have seen, when we create the object, constructor body is executed automatically. It does not have return type value. So this is very important point. Constructor does not return any kind of value, neither int nor any character, not any float, even it does not return any void. So constructor does not have any kind of return type, not even void return type also. Next point is that they cannot be inherited, but derived class can call the base class constructor. So in case of inheritance, when we have some base class, we have some derived class. So some properties of base class are inherited to the derived class. So in such case, in such kind of inheritance, the derived class constructor or derived class can call the base class constructor. If we are creating any constructor for base class, then derived class has the rights or derived class has the permission to call the base class constructor. And this constructor cannot be virtual. And what is a virtual constructor, that we will learn in the subsequent video lectures, upcoming video lecture. Another point is that they make implicit call to the new and delete operator when memory allocation is required. So we know that new and delete are the two dynamic memory management operator in C++. already new and delete operator, their use, how they can be implemented in a C++ program, everything I have described in a previous video lecture. You can go through that. So this new operator can be called implicitly whenever memory allocation is required by the constructor automatically. Similarly, delete can also be called automatically, or implicit call will be taken place when we want to release some memory. So this new and delete operator can be called implicitly, and it can be called implicitly as well as explicitly. So when we create object, during that time we can call the constructor implicitly as well as explicitly. So implicit constructor, when we pass some values, when we use parameterized constructor, at that time implicit call and explicit call takes place. So that example we will see in the next video. And constructor can be overlaid. So we know that constructor is a member function whose name is same as your class name. So that member function or that constructor can also be overloaded like other C++ function. So more than one function or multiple function with same name, same class name, or same constructor can be created for constructor overloading purpose. So this is also very important. Constructor overloading is also possible. Next and last point is constructor without argument can also be called, and in such case we can use the default constructor also. So we know that we learn a topic like default parameter or default argument. That concept can also be used with the help of constructor. So without argument, when we call the constructor, in such case default constructor will be um, execute. And let's discuss one example, two simple example I have taken here. So first example, here class demo is taken, the class name is demo here. Inside class, 3 number of private variable a, b, c has been taken. In public, this demo constructor is defined here. So demo same as the class name here, so it is a constructor. It is a constructor. So class name is same as the constructor name, and here constructor is the member function and its name is demo here. Inside this constructor, we have initialized the 3 private member variable a equal to 2, b equal to 3, and b equal to 2 and c equal to 3. And we using some of the C out statement, we are displaying their addition value a plus b plus c. Then class is closed. Inside the main function, as you can see, for the class demo we have created one object here, and object d is being created. So as soon as we create d, or the meanwhile we create d or we declare d object, at that time this constructor will be called automatically. This value a, b, c are initialized automatically by the constructor, and we will be able to display the output. Okay, so this will be the output after execution of the whole program, and by the creation or by the declaration of the object, constructor will be called automatically and it will display the output. So this is the first example. Let's come to the second example here. In the second example also very similar and very easy. Second example says that we have taken a class xyz. Inside the class scope we have taken public. So in public, constructor is defined here. Okay, so we are not passing any kind of argument inside our constructor. So this constructor is just displaying a statement good morning, and inside main program we are creating the object obj for the class xyz. So as soon as we declare the object obj, at that time this constructor will be executed, this constructor will be initialized automatically, and we will be able to display our output, that is good morning. So this is the basic thing regarding a constructor, and here you have noticed one thing, that uh, as soon as we declare the object inside our main function, at that time constructor is called automatically. and about different types of constructor and their features we will learn in the subsequent video lectures. Thank you.